Hello my friends, and welcome back to another Brotato Danger 5 random run, where we take a random character, random weapon, and try to beat Danger 5 with it. Hope you're all doing well. Let's see what we've got today. We've got the Cryptid, so we're gonna roll here, and it's Cryptid with Lute. Obviously Lute is amongst, if not my very favorite weapon. Anything that gives these incredible economy tags, I'm always going to enjoy. And the Cryptid is a character that I really enjoy playing as well. I think there's a lot of different fun ways that you can play the Cryptid, but my favorite way to play this character is to focus early on not killing trees, and getting the passive income from them. But later on, transition into a luck-based economy where we kill trees and get crates out of them. And the Lute is the perfect weapon for that, so I think that this is going to be a really fun run. Just to remind you how the character works, so you get more trees, and for every living tree at the end of the wave, you get 12 materials. Which is, of course, only 9 more than you get from killing it, and there's no chance of dropping a crate. So later on, when items get more expensive, the chance of getting an item from a tree becomes more valuable than this passive, but early on, it's obviously a huge boost to your economy. You also get a bunch of defensive bonuses, but can't use lifesteal, can't use, have very low range, which is fine, and have minus 50% material drops from enemies. So you need these alternate methods of economy in order to keep scaling into the late game. Let's roll here. We're looking, of course, for harvesting, and we'll take 5 harvesting, and then here I will leave both of these in the pool, but I'm not going to lock them. We'll roll, and we'll buy a Lute. Hedgehog, I could probably ban pretty safely. It does give melee damage, but typically you want to scale your damage on Lute with luck, since it scales with luck as well. Let's buy this. We'll lock the bag here. We'll ban the charcoal, and then we'll roll again, looking for another Lute. I don't mind having landmines, because they can later on break trees for us once we get Lumberjack Shirt rolling. And then we're going to keep re-rolling, lock another Lute. I'll definitely lock a whistle as well. That's a really good economy item. I'd have liked to be able to get 4 Lutes right away, because of course the support weapon tag is so powerful when you get it online early. But overall, that's a basically perfect first shop. Got to lock a bag, which is probably the single best item in the game, but especially for this character, because we're later going to be dropping a lot of crates from the trees that we're killing. 3 levels here is awesome as well. Let's roll, and I'll roll again, and 8 harvesting, amazing. I could start taking dodge, so the Cryptid has 70% dodge cap, so you are a little more incentivized to build dodge. You certainly don't have to. Just because the dodge cap is available to you doesn't mean you have to build it, but it can be useful. And a +6 dodge early is a good incentive to start building dodge. We already have 24 harvesting. Let's go for it. And then here I will just take 5 more harvesting, and then we'll buy a Lute, and we'll re-roll. And I'm rolling, of course, for more Lute. I really want to get my full weapon set online. Lute, not only do you want a lot of them, you also want to level it up a lot. So we're spending all of our money here rolling for more Lutes. Now, I won't be able to buy one if I roll into it here, so I am going to buy the bag before this reroll, just because I wouldn't have been able to afford to buy this Lute anyways. And then we'll lock a beanie as well. So we've got 6 Lutes, which has our full musical and support weapon tags already online. So we're feeling pretty good about where we're at currently. I currently have enough luck that it might be right to start breaking some trees right away, actually. I might kill 1 here. We're sacrificing some materials to see if we can get a crate drop. But since we have the bag already, trying to get crate drops is pretty good. So I lost, I guess, 18 materials there looking for crates, but I think that it was worth the risk. Here, I'll take 10 luck. That not only scales our damage, but also scales our chance of dropping crates. And then let's buy the metal here, and we can still re-roll. We can lock a Lute. I'll take defective steroids. The HP is good for this character, and although we only buy melee damage at 50% rate, it's still worth buying some melee damage when you see it. So we're definitely hoping that we start getting some free crate drops here. So I will kill the first couple trees that we see, just to see if we can get some items. A little unlucky there. You have a base 20% chance of dropping a crate modified by your luck. So killing 5 trees so far and not finding a single one is definitely a little on the low side. I wanted to get that tree. I think I can kill that Lute alien as well, and we did finally get a crate, which of course is very good. We'll definitely take a penguin. We're going to be dropping a lot of consumables here, and then here I'll just take 6 max HP. Our max HP is kind of low, so I want to increase it, and it's a level 2 upgrade, and then we'll reroll again, and we'll take 8 more harvesting. Here, I can buy all of these, and then since we're only going to be using Lute as our weapon, we'll just ban the jelly. It's only worth 1 HP, and it gets me a free reroll. Pocket Factory is perfect for this setup, because later on, we'll be going for the Lumberjack Shirt Pocket Factory combo. Let's go ahead and ban all of these items and do a reroll here, and yeah, I'll buy a lure when we see it this early as well. We should have no problem killing 2 Lute aliens, I think. The rat is a little dangerous because it can break the trees for us when in cases where we don't want to break them. I think I will re-roll and pass on getting the rat because I still want to roll while we have guaranteed weapons in the shop to see if we can level our loot. It's very important to do that. All right, so I need to be very on top of chasing down and killing the Lute aliens. Our weapon is very good at killing them because of the stacking damage amplifier, but we have Whistle, making it harder, and our damage is still somewhat low. So we did get that one, then another one spawned here. We also got a crate out of that tree. The more crates that you've dropped in a wave, the lower the chance of dropping a crate is, but Lute aliens don't count, the guaranteed crates from Lute aliens. So it doesn't matter what order we kill trees and Lute aliens in. That's a question I get sometimes. Thought I'd take a gamble on killing that last tree there. We didn't get it, but that's okay. Still made 200 materials this wave off of our bag and triple crate. We'll take a peaceful bee as well. Building dodge is something that we're interested in. And of course, now we have 65 harvesting. When it shows up for only 14 materials, I'll take a tentacle. We currently have negative crit chance, but we can maybe end up with more later. And then here I'm going to take some armor because I currently have only the 1 armor. We'll buy Pocket Factory, Weird Ghost, and Corrupted Shard, take a reroll. Alright, this is a little earlier than I want the Lumberjack shirt. But I guess we can just go all in on killing trees here, because we've got Lumberjack shirt, Pocket Factory, and Loot Worm. That means I'll need to buy basically as much luck as I can see. I'll wait 1 wave to buy the Loot Worm here. But the Loot Worm is going to kill all the trees for us. Actually, maybe I shouldn't have banned Pencil there. With Pocket Factory, engineering is a pretty real source of damage for us. I also fully forgot that I had bought the Weird Ghost there and was very startled to spawn at 1 health. Always funny when that happens. So yeah, I should probably think about buying more engineering, actually. Even if we get unlucky on crate drops, we have a ton of harvesting already, which means that we're kind of insulated from bad luck, even if I kill a bunch of the trees. So, being the cryptid who just kills trees constantly is actually a really viable and, I think, going to be a really fun path for this character. I'll take the snake. We would buy Scared Sausage if we saw it, so I'll take this for 11 here, and then we'll take 2 armor. Blazemander also works well with our snake, so let's buy some pets and a rat, and we'll roll here. We'll lock this fertilizer. Alien Magic, I probably do have to buy anyways, even though it reduces my luck, but 8 max HP and 3 regen is really, really strong, so this is going to be a weird run where we're killing every tree as the cryptid. For some reason, I keep wanting to say Cryptomancer, which is not what we are. Though I guess we're sort of turning ourselves into a cryptid Technomage hybrid, so The Cryptomancer it is. So we're going to make less money in the next couple waves until I get enough luck that we can drop many crates per wave. So increasing our luck has got to be a really high priority for us. But even if we don't make as many materials, we're going to be getting free items out of these crates constantly, which will kind of make up the difference. Baby with a beard. I think for 44, I'm just going to recycle it. Because while this can be useful for, like, breaking trees, we already have the loot worm and the lumberjack shirt and the pocket factory. We don't need another way to break trees, and we don't really want to be priced into building ranged damage. Here, we'll take 3 armor, and then let's buy these items, and I'll take a reroll here, and then another bag is incredible. We're planning to drop a lot of crates, so a second bag is going to be worth so much money for us. We've kind of become the explorer. So obviously the downside of the Cryptid, where enemies drop 50% fewer materials, is a pretty severe downside. When you're killing all the trees, because you're not making enough money to offset that downside. It's already a severe downside, even if you aren't killing the trees, because the Cryptid's income passive does not make up the difference compared to income from enemies. It is, this character, it's still harder to play in Abyssal Terrors, just because Abyssal Terrors is a harder map. But this character doesn't get as much of a difficulty boost on this map as other characters because your money typically comes from harvesting and from the trees, which there are just as many of available on this map. There's fewer enemies overall, so most characters suffer from lowered income. You do as well, but the lowered income is a smaller proportion of your total income for this character. We'll take the Dock Moth here, and yeah, we'll take the Blindfold, going up to 15 dodge already, not bad. This is, we're level 11, so we're not guaranteed these level 2 level ups. I'll just take 2 more armor. Going up to 10 armor means that we're in really good shape. We've got actually incredible defenses for this point in the game. I need a little more healing, but other than that, we're doing very well. I'll save my bands for free rerolls here at this point, and I will take a Blood Leech. The lifesteal is wasted, but we need as much regeneration as we can get, so even at a premium, and this obviously is a very expensive way to buy regeneration, but you just need as much as you can get. Regen stacks really well with itself, so when you're building it, you typically want to build more of it. Also works really well with our Cursed Dock Moth. That's a great find. So now I just need to find some more luck. Luck, attack speed, and percent damage. Because we are starting to hit the point where our damage is a little bit too low to clear these enemies, even though, obviously, like the Pocket Factory and the Blazemander are helping out with that, but we need our actual weapons to be doing damage as well. So we're looking to boost our base damage and our multipliers by buying attack speed and percent damage, and as much luck as we can find. Also, if we find efficient sources of melee damage, like mastery, items like that, then we'll take them. One thing I really would like is a consumable heal item. That would be a really big deal for us. I will take the Ugly Tooth here, just because it showed up in a box. Dangerous Bunny is great. Little Muscly Dude, perfect. And then here, I could take Engineering or Regen, but I think we can do better. And I'll roll here, and yep, we'll just keep taking Armor when it shows up like that. And then here, I think I might need to take 10 Luck over the 4 Regeneration. 4 regen is obviously amazing, but we only have 27 luck, and we're playing Lute, so it boosts our damage as well. So we're going to take the 10 luck there, And then here, I'm going to buy these items and ban the white flag, and then reroll. Yes, you should ban the white flag even on the Cryptid, even on characters that get 50% reduced material drops. Still super important to get rid of that item, or just never buy it at least. Okay, well, this shop is awesome. We're going to buy it all. Pile of books works, of course, with our pocket factory. Compass obviously decreases my crit chance, but it gives us engineering and movement speed, which we need as well. So this is an incredible shop for us. Yeah, the big item that we're missing at this point is just some consumable healing and any attack speed. If we could get like 15 attack speed, I mean, I might just spend my level 15 level up on 15 attack speed as well. But just boosting my attack speed back to positive would go a really long way towards making this character stronger. Also, because we are killing all the trees, we're not getting free regeneration from them, which of course means I need to focus more on buying regeneration than you normally would need to on the Cryptid. Where's the Lute alien? It's up here. I need to not die while I'm chasing it around, though. And we should be able to take it out. I'm running over here and grabbing some of the consumable healing, and then we got the Lute alien kill. Get a couple more tree kills as well for more pocket factory turrets. And only 2 crates that wave, including a Lute alien, is a little disappointing, I have to say. Black flag is pretty nice for this character as well, because the +1 material when you kill a cursed enemy isn't affected by the minus 50% material drops. We have no percentage damage, so we're taking 12% damage, and then we'll buy out this shop. We'll roll. Definitely taking the clover. I'll take the cog. I think I'm just going to pass on these 2. We'll do a reroll. Finally got a leveled up Lute, and I will buy another compass. So we once again just have the entire shop locked. So this wave, I need to stay high health in the beginning of the wave to make sure that I have the ability to chase after the Lute aliens. We have a lure, so we know that they're going to spawn, and you often have to sacrifice some health, especially on a healer wave, to kill these. So making sure that I had the health to do just that was very important at the start of the wave. Something to think about when you have lure. Also, the double cursed healer spawning was definitely made killing that Lute alien quite a bit harder. And it's hurting my pocket factory quite a lot as well. Alright, Lute alien spawned right next to me, which is very kind of it, because it meant that we could take it out right away. It is possible another one spawns at the 5-second mark as well, and it did. We probably won't get this one. Our damage is a little bit too low. And if it had spawned next to me, maybe we could have gotten it, but either way, we still made 600 materials and got 5 crates, so that's perfect. Propeller hat, amazing. We'll take another defective steroids. I'll take the duct tape. And then, yeah, I'll definitely take bottom mine. And here, I've got to get attack speed. Obviously, there's a lot of stats that we're still looking for. Dodge, regen, anything like that. But -9 attack speed with this very attack speed dependent weapon is terrible. So we need to fix that. We'll buy all of these items again. Very happy to find baby elephant and coffee here. We'll take an alien tongue as well. And then weird food, one of the best things we could find. I've talked already a lot about how much we need consumable healing. So finding the weird food there is one of the very best items that we could have gotten. And the coffee, of course, is excellent as well. I have also already talked about how much we needed attack speed. Something to keep in mind when you're playing a powerful run like this one is you should be focusing on the problem that you need to solve immediately, because your build is strong enough that it'll just take care of itself as long as you solve the problems that are cropping up. And I think that the thing that can get people sometimes is they'll focus on building, like, the perfect endgame build rather than solving the immediate problems. And so they won't buy things like the blood leeches that we bought, and that kind of thing, which are necessary in order to make sure that the build functions up to the point where your super strong endgame kicks in. especially because we've gotten pretty greedy in this run. We've got, you know, Black Flag and everything like that. Fuel tank, if I had a Scared Sausage, I would take this, but as is, I'm just going to recycle it. Ice Cube I'll take, it goes with our Blazemander, and we will probably, if we see a Scared Sausage, we'll be buying it anyways. Vigilante Ring is going to be a lot of damage, we're very happy with that. And then here, I'm going to roll again, I'm looking for luck. I think I might just take 8% damage, though. My percent damage is still highly negative, or not negative, but really low, so I need to fix that. And then let's keep leveling our loots. I'll lose 2 melee damage for the Schmoop as well. We definitely need more regen. The HP is less important, but the regen really important. We'll take a head injury here. Catling Gun, I think we can pass on. We have -3 ranged damage, so it's just never going to do anything. And then Poisonous Tonic I'll take for sure. I'll reroll here. Do we have... We actually have positive knockback, so I think the Boxing Glove is okay. And then I'll lock another loot. I double-clicked there, so my guy swung 1 loot as soon as I spawned in. That was really funny. It's interesting, only 1 attacked. I wouldn't mind Piercing Shot to go with our Pocket Factory, of course. Because that's still a pretty meaningful component of our damage, even though more of it at this point has shifted to our weapons. The Pocket Factory is still definitely putting in the work. Chase down this guy. And, oh, wow. This is, like, the best item we could have found here, too. 6 Curse is amazing. 24 Luck is incredible. We're very happy with that. We'll recycle the Terrified Onion here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a level 4 loot, because we're going into an elite fight. So I want the damage amp to be able to stack up to the maximum amount. The level 4 loot can go up to doubling your damage against that enemy. So having 1 level 4 loot against elites is pretty helpful. I'm not going to buy Celery Tea. I will take a Gambling Token going up to 40 dodge here, and then I'll roll, lock a Peaceful Bee. Campfire I'll buy as well, and then we'll roll again, and I'll take a Banner also. Banner is going to be pretty excellent here. Our low range also is something that does hurt us against this elite specifically. But I think we should be okay. I'm gonna kill this Gobbler before it eats too many materials as well, so I don't have to chase it later on when I'm trying to fight the elite. And then, as long as I don't eat too many charges from these walruses, we should be okay. This elite you want to stay still against, so I need to back off from it a little bit and regenerate, because all of those walruses, including our favorite band Cursed Walrus, put a lot of damage on me while I was standing still. But now we've stacked up our damage amp against it to the plus 100% from the level 4 loot, and without the level 4 loot, like if I had just built a bunch of level 3s, we might not have been able to kill that enemy as smoothly or on time. So that's an important thing to know about this weapon, is you want 1 at level 4 when you're going into elite fights. Estes Couch, we have positive movement speed already, so we're just recycling it. I don't really need the wheelbarrow at this point, and my armor is fine, but not amazing, but we'll recycle that. I'll take the Sharp Bullet here, and then the 12 max HP, I don't really need either. It looks attractive because it's a red upgrade, but we really need other stats a lot more. So I'll roll here. I'll take 9 crit chance, though. That's still not like the ideal stat for us, but it's fine. Lutes, of course, only have 1.5x crit damage, so it's not amazing to buy crit chance on them, but I think it's totally reasonable here. Celery Tea. So one issue that we're having is a lot of our material gain comes from these bags, which doesn't give us XP. So Celery Tea is a little bit better. I think we have enough damage that we can get away with that, so I will buy the celery tea, and then we'll keep rolling. We'll lock a plant here, and a lute, and we can take a jelly shield as well. That'll help us against elites and bosses, which is something that we do have an issue with. Oh yeah, some of my HP was fake, because I have the padding as well, which I forgot about. But I still don't think we needed the 12 HP. If I had remembered the padding, though, I might have taken it, just because our health is not incredible. I was looking at it going, oh yeah, we've got over 80 health. That's way more than we need, but a bunch of that was fake. Of course, a lamprey wave is sometimes dangerous with celery tea. But what I'm doing here is I'm trying to kill the lampreys with melee weapons so that only 2 of them spawn, and they spawn stacked on top of each other, which lets me kill them all in a couple swings from our loot. We'll take the book here, and cursed gambling token, sure. It is a little unlucky that so much of our dodge comes from gambling tokens, because it's decreasing my armor, but getting to 64 dodge is obviously great. With 16 regen, I think we can get away with the weird ghost, and here I'll take 2 more armor, and then we'll buy this. 1 snake is enough, given where we're at, so we can finally get our free reroll with our last ban. Crystal is going to be kind of hard to use, but I will lock it, I think, and we'll buy a garden, and then I'll reroll. A cursed bone dice I'll buy as well, and spicy sauce will be very good, because we're constantly dropping consumables. So I'm going to move into the Dock Moth aura, and get some more regen, use our garden as well to heal up a bit. And now we're recovered from the weird ghost. Try to keep the number of mini-bosses on the field to the minimum, of course. It's going to be very hard to maintain the crystal bonus, but attack speed, even the 5% attack speed from the crystal is so valuable that I think it's worth buying anyways, even though I'll probably not get any of the bonus over time from it most of the time. But again, this is a case of, even at a bad ratio, we need to solve the problem that our build actually has. Not just buy, good items. This is something that I think I do need the percent damage, even though it costs me engineering. This is something that's been coming up a lot because I've been playing Slay the Spire. Wow, Lucky Charm's incredible here. Where I think people often see that game, and this game as well, many games, in terms of you've got items that are good and items that are bad, and you buy items that are good and you don't buy items that are bad. But that's usually, I think, the wrong way to think about it, because it's much more important to solve the problem that your build actually has than to buy items that are best in a vacuum. Oh yeah, I shouldn't have gotten the second level 4 loot. I think I should have 3 level 3s instead. So, slight mistake there. I'll definitely buy the bait, even going into the elite wave, and we'll take a propeller hat and a bottom mine as well. So ideally, I want to avoid taking damage to maintain my crystal bonus as much as possible, but that's not something that I'm going to really stress myself out about. This character does its damage somewhat slowly and has very low range, so we're going to play less to maintain the crystal bonus and more to maintain our clear speed as much as possible by running at enemies so that we can actually attack them. Having really high attack speed doesn't matter if you're not hitting stuff, and so if we're not in range of the enemies to attack them, then the attack speed doesn't matter. By the way, that's an argument for buying move speed and moving towards enemies, not for buying lots of range. I know that is a people who buy a lot of the range stat, that's usually the talking point that they bring up. But for the range stat, that comes at the cost of other stuff. We can definitely buy the hourglass here. Even though I have relatively low regeneration, we're still pretty safe to buy hourglass. I'll buy the riposte, that's fine. Boiling water for 22, I guess that's worth taking. We'll buy the cake as well, and we'll take a potato, that's perfect. And then here, I need some attack speed. I'm over dodge cap, so I don't need that. I need regen, luck, attack speed, and that's pretty much it. So I guess I'll just take the 15 attack speed here. So the question is, do I want to buy the bait, given that I'm playing Wave 17 with 1 HP? I think given that, I'm going to pass on the bait, just because we've got an hourglass, so I want to be safe there. We would probably be fine, honestly, but better not to just throw the run by buying bait on a wave where it's too dangerous to. We can actually fix our range entirely here, so I know I was just talking smack about range, but since I got the night goggles, we can get our range back to 0, which is kind of fun. And then here we've got another Lute, which is perfect, but do I want the helmet first? I think I will take the helmet because it's a cursed item, so we can roll into more cursed items, like this propeller hat. Also, yeah, I'll buy the weird ghost when we've got hourglass already. We're playing this at 1 HP regardless. So just staying in the Dock Moth aura, then we'll go grab our consumable. Now we're fine. And you can see we certainly would have been fine against the bait there, but better safe than sorry here. With this run, we're almost 100% guaranteed to win as long as I don't mess anything up too badly, so I just need to focus on playing a solid, clean game for the rest of the run. Hourglass is especially good for this run as well because we have our kind of luck-based economy where we're reliant on drops from trees. Where is it? Oh, I think... No, it was the bottom mine. It looked like the loot worm actually just chased down and ate that loot alien, but I think it was the bottom mines damaging it. Loot worm can damage enemies if they're directly on top of trees, but I didn't see a tree there, so that's, I think, not what happened. Let's roll here. Yep, we'll keep taking some armor, and then we'll buy these. We'll take the salt water, and then we'll roll again. An earlier recycling machine would have been amazing. I think Cursed it is still worth buying, but obviously this makes all of your crates better. I really wish they would fix this so that the sort worked properly. They said they had changed it so it like remembered your sort, and that didn't happen. Let's definitely take a cursed loot here, and then we'll do another reroll. Nail, we have lots of engineering, so the nail is good. We'll take a metal detector and a beanie. And then we'll go to wave 18 here, and we should, with a cursed level 4 loot, stacking damage amp on this enemy, we should be able to flatten it almost immediately here. But I interrupted myself as well, so what I was saying is that for this character with the luck-based economy, repeating waves with Hourglass is better than for most characters because we get to grow our harvesting and we're more likely to get like more item drops. So actually playing waves matters a lot for this character, and Hourglass is even better for us than for characters that are just getting materials out of that. Also, once your base damage is really high, even with the low multiplier, the crit chance is still pretty good. I'll take the snail here, just because it's a unique item. We'll take a panda for sure. 25 more luck is great. I'll take the eye patch. No, 150 for 3% crit chance. I'd rather just take the crit chance. We'll definitely take, or the money. I'll definitely take jerky here. Little frog does cost me 3 dodge, and we don't really need it, so let's just recycle it, and then let's roll here. Gonna roll again, and here I'll take some more percent damage. My armor's really high, so obviously armor's always good. We could easily have taken it there, and it would be fine. But at this point, I just want to try to kill the bosses a little faster. We'll take the plant and the scarf. Now we've got 30 regen. Our regen is much more reasonable at this point. I'll take the scared sausage because we have ice cube. It's obviously not a lot of damage, but it can apply the ice cube debuff. Though, with these 2 cursed elemental damage items, I think it's fine. Buying curse is inherently good. I don't think I'm going to lock the mutation, but buying 3 elemental damage for our scared sausage, but mostly we're just buying some curse there. Let's buy banner, and I don't need the broken mouth, but range and attack speed are both fine here, and then we'll go to wave 19. Also, earlier on, I had bought some knockback, and then we found a coil, but by the time we found coil, we'd reduced our knockback enough that it was not worth buying. Lost my crystal bonus there when I took a hit. Oh yeah, we have a rat as well, which might be the thing that was chasing down that Lute alien last time. And it just happened to be stacked with the Lute worm, so it looked like the Lute worm was damaging it constantly. Right, where's the Lute alien? I'm like having trouble finding the Lute aliens. I think this is just because I'm a little out of practice. I haven't been playing as much Brotato lately. So the sort of stuff like immediately finding those. That time I found it because it spawned right next to me. Is a little harder. Also, 10 crates this wave. Amazing. I'll take the Frozen Heart here. We already have a little elemental damage. Crit chance is good. The coupon will pay for itself because we have more than 1,000 materials. This gives us a 10% discount, so it's going to be worth 100 materials, roughly. A little less because we probably won't spend all of our money, but it's still going to be worth more than 50. And wisdom, we're going to kill the bosses faster than the wisdom would go off, so we'll take 200 materials there. Hunting trophy, sadly, we don't have a use for at this point. Take the compass, I'll take the diploma for the 10 engineering, take some more crit chance here, and then I will roll, just take 4 armor, and then we will buy all of these. The free reroll from the cake is probably worth more than saving the money on it. Cape. I already am over dodge cap, so I don't need that. So let's buy a crystal. I'll buy another book here. A cursed Lute. Amazing. Obviously, we're extremely happy with that. It's fun to have the turret here because it shows us how much damage the Pocket Factory has done. Also, of course, if anyone from Evil Empire is watching, the Pocket Factory should have that info in the tooltip as well, not just the turret. And then here, I'll take the defective steroids. We'll take a bonk dog just for a little more damage. And then another cursed Lute. Is this better than our level 2? It is a little better, just barely, but it's a little better than the level 2. So we'll swap that out. And then I'll buy the goldfish just for fun, even though we might not be able to afford level 4 items here. The seashell, we don't have any ranged weapons. It doesn't work with Pocket Factory or any turrets or anything, so seashell, which it should, by the way. They should fix that. Let's roll here, and I'm gonna roll again, and we'll take a shady potion. Do one more reroll, and sure, we'll take a head injury as well, and then go to wave 20. So we ended up with a lot of cursed weapons also, which is really nice. And there we go. Also, our jelly shield is kind of doing work. I heard it proc like 4 times in that fight. But there we go. We managed to pop the bosses immediately. The Cryptid's always such a fun character, and I really like getting to go with the luck-based economy for this character. Obviously, just keeping the trees alive is a totally viable way to play it as well, but I like opening presents. So when you get these early bags, when you get something like a loot worm and a lumberjack shirt, then the cryptid can be great. There's been some discourse, I think, in the Brotato community about whether these items should be banned for the cryptid, whether they should be soft locked to prevent them showing up, because some characters have certain items banned from appearing in the shop for them. I firmly believe that they should show up for the character because it enables really cool, fun things like this to happen. Let's look at our items here. So 2,500 materials from bags. Incredible. We got 102 healing from the tentacles, actually. Our Blazemander dealt a pretty respectable 35,000 damage. Only 82 materials from the loot worm. Pretty sad there. 23k damage on the rat. 50k on the laser turret. Also not bad. 840 materials from Black Flag. Spyglass for 126, so a little underperforming there. The double bottom line for about 70k damage. Not terrible. 23k on the baby elephant. And what else? Only hit level 24, even though we bought like a Scar and a Celery Tea and stuff like that. But this character is going to be lower XP because a lot of our money is from bags, which doesn't give you XP. And we had decent luck on the bone dice. We got 20. So it was 10 for 3, so a little subpar luck actually, but obviously it's cursed, so we got 20 damage for only -3 HP on it, which is pretty nice. And what else? 9 healing on the cute monkey. We played an extra wave with Hourglass. 525 materials from Recycling Machine, so Recycling Machine way overperforming here. And then our coupons saved us 500. And our Bonk Dog managed sweet 1,000 damage in the last wave. Alright, my friends, hope that you've enjoyed this run. And of course, if you have, feel free to leave a comment and hit like. Helps me out with the algorithm, so I appreciate you taking the time to do that. And of course, you can subscribe to my channel for more Brotato and other strategy game analysis. Cheers, folks. I'll catch you next time.